What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we'll be recapping the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. Two great games between four great teams. Before we get into that, I want to make sure that you guys are liking this video, subscribing to the network and this channel so you do not miss out on any updates throughout the rest of the WBC, which is one more game tomorrow. And then I will also be covering the MLB throughout the entire regular season. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos that I drop throughout the season. Also, I want to make sure that you guys are liking and subscribing to the other shows on the network. We've got CTC, Carl Talking College. We've got RBO, Real Ballers Only, with Vaughn. Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. Dave's Doghouse, In the Red Corner. Unfazed, Zero Sports Talk, and the main show, Refuse to Lose. All the links are in the bio, so make sure you are tuned in to Refuse to Lose so we can keep you updated with everything going on in the sports world. All right, we get into USA versus DR, the matchup that everybody was waiting for. Probably one of the most anticipated matchups of this tournament. We got Paul Skeens going up against the Avengers of the Dominican Republic in Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Fernando Tatis, Julio Rodriguez. The list goes on and on. Paul Skeens went out there and threw a great game. He was matched up against one of the best lineups that not one of the best lineup that he will ever face in his career. So for him to go out there and pitch extremely well, only giving up one mistake, which Caminero deposited over the left field wall. Other than that, he looked extremely dominant. Was a little shaky on 2 strike counts, trying to be overly aggressive and hit a couple batters with 2 strikes on them. But other than that, he was doing what he had to do to get out of trouble if he was in trouble at all. This game, it came down to the 9th inning. First and third, Geraldo Perdomo is up to bat. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and the umpire made a terrible call. Okay, I was rooting for USA for this game, and that was the most disgusting way to end a game of this caliber with such talent on both sides. That was a terrible call. No matter how you look at it, there's nowhere on this planet that is called a strike except for that one spot, which kind of sucks because that was such a great game, and people are gonna, like the Dominicans today, have been complaining about the umpire on that one bad call when he was bad throughout the entire game. He had a flip a coin zone. He was calling some balls out of the zone balls, and then he was calling them strikes in the same location. So he was all over the place for both teams. One team just got unlucky, I guess. But the Dominican team had runners in scoring position in the 4th inning, in the 5th inning, in the 7th inning, and again in the 9th inning. And they failed to score a run. Is that the umpire's fault for you not coming through clutch for your team? Is it the umpire's fault that Juan Soto was up with 1st and 3rd with 1 out and he rolled over to the shortstop for a inning double play? Is that the umpire's fault? What about when Tatis ran on Judge? Was that the umpire's fault that he got thrown out at third base? Or what about after Austin Wells gets that double? Why was he not pinch ran for? Was that the umpire's fault? Like there's so many, and I love the answer that Albert Pujols gave. You can't focus on just that one pitch. It just wasn't meant to be. That's what he said. Um, because he knows that it wasn't just that one pitch. It was multiple missed opportunities. In a game like this, there's not going to be many, and for them to have so many opportunities and not come up clutch in one of them, great lineup on paper. Um, Extremely dominant throughout the pool play and the quarterfinal of this tournament. But like I said earlier, they have not faced the caliber of pitching that they were about to face in that game. And it showed, right? Yes, they out hit the Americans by one. It was 8-7. But they just weren't clutch. It was baseball is all about those timely hits, and USA got them. Dominican didn't. Gunnar Henderson got the scoring started with a home run in the fourth inning off of Severino, who pitched incredible. I haven't seen him that good since probably like 2020, 2021, around there. He looked like he was prime Sevy in the Bronx. He was throwing up to 98, 99, even touch 100 a couple of times. His off speed was breaking off the table like it was nothing. And I had people today say that he could have pitched better. I mean, what? How could he have pitched better? I don't understand. But it is what it is, man. He was going up against Paul Skeens, right? He matched Paul Skeens, giving up one run, right? And they were both solo home runs. What else can you ask for from Severino? I just don't understand. And then Roman Anthony came up in the later innings and delivered a home run. Later on in that inning, in the fourth, after Severino was taken out, to give the USA the 2-1 lead, which ended up being the final score. Paul Skeens goes 4 1/3, giving up 6 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. That means that the bullpen gave up no earned runs. They only gave up 2 hits in 4 2/3 of an inning. Not sure how many strikeouts or anything like that, just doing the math based on Skeens' numbers. But the bullpen was extremely dominant for USA. David Bednar was dancing in and out of trouble. I don't know what it is about him, but that's kind of what he enjoys doing. That game versus Canada, he did the same, and he ended up getting out of it. So kudos to the USA for winning this game and advancing to the finals. Who are they going to face? It was a battle between Venezuela and Italy. This was a great game, great environment. The Venezuelan fans are going to be there. They're going to be loud. They're going to be cheering on their guys. And no matter what's going on in the game, right, they were down for a good majority of this game. Eugenio Suarez gave them some life with a home run in the fourth inning, I believe, to make the score 2-1. And then Michael Garcia came up in the seventh inning and delivered a big clutch single to end up scoring some runs. And he's somebody that you got to keep your eye on throughout the MLB year. He's not a guy that's going to be talked about a lot simply because of the guy that plays right next to him, Bobby Witt Jr., being a top 5, potentially a top 5 player in the American League and maybe even the entire league. That's definitely debatable. But Michael Garcia, he went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Gleyber Torres goes 2 for 2. He got subbed out later on in the game for defensive reasons. Andre Jimenez came in for him, and Suarez came up with that home run. He went 1 for 4 with an RBI. And Venezuela ends up winning 4-2 right? It was weird that Italy changed their starting pitcher and then used the starting pitcher that they were gonna start with as the first guy out of the bullpen. Like, what were they gonna do if they ended up winning that game? I was really curious to see, but we will never find out because they've been eliminated. Italy, a great run. We were 5-0 up until this point, 5-1 overall in the tournament. Definitely a story that everybody liked, right? The whole espresso shots after the home runs and nobody picking them to win their pool. But now they are eliminated. We've got Venezuela versus USA. I can't wait for this game tomorrow night. And if you want to know who I think is going to win, make sure you tune in to my my Instagram page tomorrow throughout the day. I'll be dropping my prediction. It's at @thatkid_Mercado, as you see on the screen here. Follow me there, and we'll see who wins tomorrow. Another great day of baseball, and I'm hoping for one more amazing day of baseball, meaningful baseball, and then we have a week up until the regular season starts. So that's going to be fun. Again, guys, make sure you are liking this video, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any content that I will be putting out throughout the year. Thanks for staying to the end. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.